This game does not feel like a Donkey Kong game. It feels like someone locked Nintendo's best developers in a room, threw away the rulebook, and said, break everything. And what came out was this, Donkey Kong Bonanza, a chaotic, physics-bending, terrain-smashing, banana-stuffed masterpiece that doesn't just revive Donkey Kong, it evolves him, and no one's ready for it. I know I sure as heck wasn't ready for what DK Bonanza was going to be. Here's the thing about Donkey Kong, he's been a legend without a legacy. Arcade Titan? Absolutely. Donkey Kong Country Trilogy? Iconic. Tropical Freeze? Super underrated. And then there was just silence. Years of Nintendo pretending like he's just some kind of spin-off mascot for Mario, while Donkey Kong Bonanza is the course correction. It's a love letter to Donkey Kong's entire history, his arcade roots, the rare weirdness, the retro precision. It's all wrapped in a game that moves faster, hits harder, and digs deeper than anything he's ever been in. At first glance, it might look like Odyssey, but with a gorilla, but 5 minutes in, you realize, no, this is different. This game is pure energy. I first saw this game, I was like, yeah, this is going to be one of the best Nintendo games in a long time. And in my opinion, I was right. They usually play it safe for the games, but they went nuts with this one. Every single moment, something wild happens. You punch through a wall and discover an underground jungle. You find treasure, fight bosses, suddenly launch out of a geyser onto a mountain. You shape the level as you play it. There's no filler here, baby. Bananza is a non-stop highlight reel. Now let's talk about the level design. This is level design on crack. The levels here aren't just big, they're deep, literally. You start on the surface and then you dig, and under that, more world. And under that, a whole ecosystem. It's like if the levels in Mario Odyssey had secret, destructible layers that you could tear through at will, that reveal ruins, fossils, caves, and treasure chambers that you weren't even told existed. You don't unlock secrets, you unearth them. If you take everything that you liked about Mario Odyssey and parkour it up a little bit and throw it on an ape, that's what DK Bonanza is. This feels great and it plays great. It's like, muy magnifique. DK's moveset in this game is pure freedom. Let's talk about how he just doesn't have a million different jumps like Mario. What he has is raw momentum and the ability to turn any surface into a platforming playground. You could literally roll off ledges, jump mid-air, and chain into a clap attack. You could skid across terrain, launch into the air with a chunk jump, use enemies and terrain itself as springboards, and much more. It feels less like platforming and more like hacking the game in real time. And the wildest part, the game is totally fine with that because it wants you to break it. The Bonanza loop just feels good, guys. Now, bananas are your main collectible in this game, but it isn't your grandma's 3D platformer. They're not just trophies like in Ukulele or Banjo-Kazooie. Every 5 bananas earn you what are skill points, and these actually matter. Yeah, they're skill points in a Nintendo game. You're not just grinding for +1 stats. You're unlocking new attacks, upgraded claps and rolls, new traversal options, and actual moves from other Nintendo games. Everything you do feeds back into the gameplay, and it's a loop that actually feels rewarding. Legit, you're going to spend a lot of time looking for these bananas so you could power up DK and get all the abilities because it makes the game so much more fun to explore and collect these banana gems. Let's talk about exploration. It's actually pretty structured in here, kinda. It's not a sandbox. I guess you could kind of sort of say it is, but you can ignore half the level if you just want to get to the boss and move on. The world's your oyster on here. And the beauty of this game is you don't want to skip anything. You'll see a crack in the wall and you'll feel that itch to explore. You'll hear a sparkle of a banana and you'll dig a hole just to check. And you'll literally get distracted every 30 seconds. But that's the point of this game. And the Bonanza powers, don't even get me started with that. They're cool. And they actually kind of break the game. They make it so much more enjoyable and fun that you'll just be destroying everything left and right using these powers. For example, you get an elephant Donkey Kong that vacuums lava and pretty much everything, a zebra Donkey Kong that can sprint on ice and any kind of surface without slipping, you got an ostrich DK that could fly, you got a snake DK that could spring high up into the air, and these are all fun, and they're also insanely overpowered. And honestly, I like it. Some people might have a gripe with it. They might think that they're almost too good and that they let you steamroll levels and skip all the platforming, but I like it. I can't resist the temptation, and especially playing as the Super Saiyan-ish type of Donkey Kong. Oh my gosh, it is just so rewarding to smash through everything. And I think this game is charming as hell, alright? The characters, there's charm, there's Pauline. I mean, she's super cute in this game. She's back, fully voiced, and she basically humanizes Donkey Kong in a way we've never seen. This obviously takes place before Odyssey, and it was kind of cool to see. It's cute, it's funny, and it works. And you can stay in little jungle hotels where she even kind of banters with Donkey Kong a little bit while they're going to take a nap. Pauline finally has some character development after years of just being kind of a second to Peach. They did her good in Donkey Kong Bonanza. And the game respects all of the previous Donkey Kong canon, guys. There's Cranky Kong, Candy's referenced, there's even obscure rare era lore that shows up in the game. Nothing's erased, everything's pretty much embraced, and there's some surprises here or there that I'm not going to let you guys know about. Now let's talk about how this game runs, alright? This game should not run. It's doing stuff that would break the Switch OG, which is wild if you think about it. It has real-time terrain destruction, high vertical, huge vertical environments, I should say, dozens of moving objects all at once. This is literally the best 3D map I've ever seen in a video game. And it kind of reminds me of what they tried to do with Bowser's Fury for the Mario release that came out not too long ago. With Bowser's Fury, they had the open world mode. Well, this takes that concept and makes it much more bigger. I believe that they had to move it to Switch 2 because this game wouldn't run. It was supposed to actually be on the Switch OG, but there was no way it can run. And there wasn't even much in way of dropped frames. I thought it looked really great. I think this game never had any kind of hiccups or issues that got in the way. I was really impressed with just how seamless it really felt. That everything was in here, all the NPCs, all the characters, all the enemies, everything just felt good. Now, I think that this isn't just a return to Donkey Kong's world, guys. This is a reinvention. It's proof that when Nintendo lets their top teams go nuts, the results are otherworldly. I believe this game is one of the best games I've played in a long time made by Nintendo. I think that, yeah, some of the enemies, some of the stages were a breeze to go through, but eventually the challenge sneaks up on you. I had some trouble with some of the later end bosses, and honestly, I thought it was fun flying through ancient ruins, rolling through jungles, discovering entire hidden levels beneath another level, and I feel it's awesome. Now, don't get me wrong, there's already people downplaying this game. You know, there's usual takes where people are saying it's mid, that it's overrated, it's not as deep as Odyssey. I think you should just ignore it. In my opinion, I think this is the most creative, explosive, just plain fun 3D platformer I've played in the last 5 years. And in my opinion, it's easily an 8.5 to a 9. It's a statement and it's a reminder that Donkey Kong, when done right, is just S-tier Nintendo. So if you love games like Odyssey, Galaxy, or even Tears of the Kingdom, you owe it to yourself to play Donkey Kong Bonanza. Subscribe for more deep dives into Nintendo's wildest projects. Drop a comment about your favorite transformation from this game. Unless you say elephant, then we don't want to hear that. We're gonna fight. And remember, protect Pauline at all costs. I'll see you in the next one.